The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the session 5 of the Mail Mastery Live training. And before I go any further and I do any audio check with you, I'd like to really present my humble apologies for not being able to show up on the time. I am 15 minutes late to this session. Apparently, it's 8 a.m. in the morning for me, and something just misfired. I missed my alarms, and I just woke up in an abundance of shock to find out it was already 7 and I had to rush into my office to do this uh, kind of a session. But I really didn't want to miss out a chance to speak with all of you guys once again. So, again, I welcome you all to the session 5, and please put a 1 in the box if my audio is clear and if you are able to hear me out well. And while I do that, let me welcome you all out there. Hey Art, hey Daniel, hey Joe, hey Conrad, hey Mike, hey Ron, hey Simon, hey Kimberly, hey Tara, hey Jay. What's up? What's up, you all you guys? I'm just reading on this a few of the names who I see often on these sessions out there or engaging with my team out there. And I really thank you all for being so supportive and being so responsive to all that we bring in. I was reading through some of the messages that you guys sent in, and it's really overwhelming to see the kind of love and the response that you are able to show up for the sessions that we are able to do. So, without doing any further ado, as I've gotten a lot of ones already, so I'm sure that people are able to hear me out. Let's quickly get started with this particular session, which is the module 5 of your Mail Mastery Live training, and also the second last module of this entire curriculum that we plan to put through. But guys, before we start, quick ground rules, as I always say. I would really like you guys to cut through all the distractions right now and then. I would really like you to simply focus on the presentation and what's being taught so as to make sure that whatever is being taught actually goes in through you and actually brings you all the good that you, of course, had the goals for while you started and aim to be spending an hour with me on this particular Mail Mastery Live training. So let's get started, guys. So you all are able to see my screen. Please put 1 in the box so I know that my screen is visible to you. All right, cool. Let's get started. So hello again. For those of you who missed out on our last sessions, I am Vipul Garg, the co-founder and CEO at LetX, and I run a SaaS company called LetX, which helps marketers get more out of their websites and emails. And one of the reasons that makes me, probably sit in front of you right over here and speak to you about mastering email marketing is because I've been doing email marketing profitably since 2012. And over this time, I've been able to learn some hacks, tips, and tricks. With which I can pull you, put to the table some more knowledge about what stands good in the, in the possibilities of doing profitable email marketing. And we have the another rock star, as we have always spoken about, the person who, along with her team, is responsible for putting together this training, Yamini. She's a senior growth strategist at LetX, and as I've always said, that it was Yamini and a growth team, who once came up to us and said, "Hey, Vipul, when we put together this kind of a mailing product, why not put together an all-in-depth training for everyone to know about?" So, I mean, it's a lot of effort that she and her team puts together to put together these slides for you guys. I just become the presenter and put over some knowledge out there. So, and for those of you wondering, what is LetX? LetX is a SaaS company building a suite of conversion optimization applications. We have over 9,000 plus business and marketers worldwide using one of our applications to convert, more to get more sales, more leads, and more conversions on the website traffic that they have. And we are funded and backed by India's largest performance marketing network called B Commission. Speaking of the schedule, this is how the schedule looks like. Uh, we have the session that we're talking about today is the leveraging the power of emails in e-commerce and affiliate marketing. And let's get further started on that. Also, just in case you missed out on a previous sessions, as a recap, what we can always tell you is that you can always log into your Let Mailbox dashboard, the application that you must have had gotten while you purchased. While you also got access to MailMaster live sessions, and you can always feel free to look at all of our replays out there in the dashboard itself at your own convenience and pace. And let's come to the meatball of the game over here now. Leveraging the power of emails and in e-commerce and affiliate marketing. But before we get started, it's always advisable to look at a recap for the previous session. So far, we have been able to cover importance of email marketing, the ways to write rocking emails, designing engaging emails, email automation and remarketing, which was a very good session that we covered in the last session 4. Uh, and by now, we hope that you know emails a bit inside out. And let's see what's today's session is all about. So, by the way, today's session is not for everyone. Who, by the way, out over here are even briefly engaged in anywhere in any business related to e-commerce or affiliate marketing. Put a one in the box, guys, if you are anywhere even briefly related to any business that's involved in e-commerce or affiliate marketing. Put a one in the box if you think you are anywhere related with e-commerce and affiliate marketing. Okay, I see a few ones coming in. Someone saying that he is a newbie with this. Someone saying that they have a website and they just add some links to third party. Yeah, that's practically pretty much affiliates. And you know what, guys? Most of you guys are somewhere related with anywhere with e-commerce or affiliate itself, because any online business, if you look at it, it's somewhere revolving around the principles of either e-commerce marketing or affiliate marketing. So this session, of course, it's very particularly aimed for e-commerce businesses and affiliate businesses, but this is something that's aimed at you because there are a lot of things that you can practically pick up from the ways e-commerce marketers are able to market their businesses and put it into your affiliate marketing business, and put it into your agency business, put it into your digital marketing business. I know for a fact that so I'm known as a conversion optimization expert in the industry, and I know for a fact, one of my basic mantras is I look at all of those good app, good applications that big e-commerce companies are using, be it booking.com, hotels.com, Expedia, and I simply try and replicate all of those behaviors on my own landing pages. And the results being, I always see a hike in conversions. And of course, it's a game of all the tests. But I can tell you that if you look at it, any business from a transactional point of view, you can practically put in all the methodologies and the core fundamentals that any e-commerce business would apply into your business well. So before we move forward, doesn't it sound exciting to actually know about what works for e-commerce businesses in the purview of email marketing? What are the best hacks around that? What looks like, what's the picture looking like from the base? And I have someone else also again commenting that he's a newbie and he would like to actually go from the basics. So yes, so we have it covered from the basics, Danny. Uh, we'll try and get up from the ground zero and move to as much as we can in this 1 hour of the presentation, which I plan to keep it as 1 hour itself to keep up my word. And by the way, there's a stat which says, and it's a stat by Email Monday. It says 2020 is going to be the year of customer experience email marketing, and not just that, by the way. According to Litmus, the famous research organization for the internet, 70% of the people believe that emails will still be relevant in 10 years time. So but this question comes up on what's the point of having an e-commerce setup if there are no sales. Well, the answer is that e-commerce email marketing can be that tool which can complete the purpose of your online store by using emails as a source to market your store and fetch you sales. And it can be as easy as sending cart abandonment emails or as complex as increasing the sales to multiple campaigns. And if you remember the last presentation that we did, we spoke about all of these in depth. We also presented you examples and samples from different industry cases and presented to you on how could you also put together your own sequences, your own workflows on any of these event types. And I have someone asking where can they get access to the last webinars again. So it's there in your Let Mailbox dashboard, and you can log into your Let Mailbox dashboard from app.letmailbox.com. All right. Also, you must have had somewhere read that uh, email marketing is a thing of the past in e-commerce. But we like to redefine this, and we like to often break things. And when we started to break things for e-commerce, we got to know that email marketing is actually a thing of the future in e-commerce. And to give you some answers on why, well, email marketing is one of those methods of communication which wherein your communication is actually retained by the user. So the user can actually consume your communication at their own convenience and pace. And what this helps you to do is it helps you to effectively deliver your message to your recipient or to your subscriber or to your buyer, and helps you build relationships, maximize your sales, gives you enough opportunities to cross sell and upsell, and even build custodians out of those buyers, by giving them customer loyalty points and all of those programs like that, which we'll talk about further as we go into the presentation. Also, speaking of the fact on how it helps you build relationship, now look at this example, by the way. If someone makes a purchase from you, and guys, if any one of you is not doing e-commerce marketing, uh, look at it from the eyes of whatever business that you're doing. So, for example, I run a SaaS business, and if I would say I do not do an if I do not do e-commerce marketing per se, and if someone is going to be presenting this example to me, and I'm just giving you an example on how you could be looking at things from the eyes of your own business. So say I'm a SaaS marketer, but then Vipul is presenting this example for e-commerce marketing. And now Vipul is saying that as and when your buyers make a purchase through you, what you could simply do is thank them enough and tell them that because we love you and because we would like to see you again, here's a 30% off for any shopping that you do on our website for the next 30 days. And here's a coupon code exclusively generated for you, right? I would even go further and curate a coupon code exclusive, which looks exclusive to the name. So, for example, if your name is Daniel, I would give you a coupon code saying Daniel Special 30 off. So, this looks very curated, this looks manual, this looks personal, and this helps you build that relationship with your end customer. Now, look at it from the eyes of any service. Say you run an agency, someone closes a business with you. What you do is, hey, you know what? I've got this other service, which if you choose to upgrade in the next 30 days at any point of time at your convenience, I'm going to offer you a flat 30 off on my service. So build such offers to build further relationship with the customers. It's like offering someone for free. So for example, if you go to McDonald's, at times they have these deals where you buy a burger, or say you buy a set of burger, Coke, fries, and all of that, and they give you a toy for free. I mean, of course, you're an adult, and the toy makes no sense for you, but then it they touch you from your muscular memories of your childhood, and that's where they start building a relationship with you. So that's exactly what is the experience that we're talking about deploying online as well when someone makes a purchase through you. Also, as you said, it helps you maximize your sales through retargeting. And this is an example that we covered well enough in the last presentation as well. And this still stays the pressing point today, that retargeting can literally help you maximize your sales to the next level possible. And one of the ways of retargeting, and one of the best kept ways rather, is retargeting through email marketing. And one of the ways is, look at this. So have you ever been to Amazon and you put in some items in your cart and you just drop off? You would receive an email for sure saying that, hey, you added these items but something happened. What's happening? So the language of the email is informational, it's transactional, it's to notify them, it's to remind them that, hey, you were making this purchase. If you're not interested anymore, that's fine, but we're just trying to remind you that just in case you got into something else, maybe your mother called you up, maybe your child needed you, whatsoever be it, but just in case you're still interested to purchase this up, this is still in the cart and it's going to expire. So why do the hard work? Just simply click on this button called checkout and make a purchase, right? Similarly, something like this, it helps you maximize sales through retargeting. And guys, I'm giving you examples while we go further. So think through from the eyes of your business again and again, and think what more emails can you set up in the flow of your businesses. When people make a purchase through you, what else could you do through email marketing to actually entice them, to excite them to build even a further relationship with you. So, for example, in this one, they're actually retargeting again to maximize the sales. And what they're saying is, hey, are you still alive? And we hope it's not too late. We have this cards that you selected and it's there in the card reserved for you. Simply go ahead and make a purchase, probably even give them a percentage off. That's all. That's how it all happens. Also, convenient ways to upsell and cross sell. So of course, because it's email marketing, you can choose to simply send them recommendations. And this is something again we talked about in the last presentation as well, where we even gave you the mool mantra, behind this entire science, which is practically no rocket science. So the idea was that someone makes a purchase from you, look at what else would be relevant for that person, even if it's not your product, and simply recommend that person that product and tell him that when you use it with this, it's absolute sense. And that's exactly what you could be doing from e-commerce as well. When you do e-commerce, probably you have a lot of other services, just like any other agency owner will also have. Just and I know many of you for that fact are agency owners out here. So what you can do is uh, simply pick up services that you think are very relevant to that the first service that someone bought, or that first product that someone bought, and then pick up things that you think are not relevant, but someone who bought this might as well just use this. Create a list and simply send them recommendations. Guys, people love to be offered, and we live in a push based world today where people do not want to do any work. What people want is information to be served at hand to their, to the limits. What people actually like is someone else to be doing some work for them. So in this case, when you do this hard work, all they have to do is simply choose the product that they like out of that list and make a purchase, right? So you're making it easy, you're making it friction free, and you actually enticing those users by telling them that you care for them, and because of which you're selecting some list for them. Of course, Amazon is a giant, so they have the opportunity to make it look very robotic. They have the chance to make it very programmatic. Usually if it were me, because I'm not Amazon, what I would do is I would create my email in a language that looks more personal. And we also gave you examples in the last presentation on how to write such punchy personal lines. And I think all of that really moves forward. Also, as we said, it helps you boost customer loyalty and feedback. And guys, one of the best things that works in online marketing is being recipient and being really open to any feedback that anyone would want to give you out there. So as and when someone makes a purchase from you, if you send them a feedback form, and if you tell them that, hey, you can be 100% honest with what you're telling us about your experience, because that helps us improve and that helps us going forwards, it really leaves an impression in your buyer's mind that this company or this organization or this agency or this marketeer is up for all improvements, and he has the appetite to digest any level of feedback that I would give. And what this opens up is the possibility of a new relationship that you can build with your customer. And the result is often that you turn that buyer into a brand custodian or a very loyal customer who would not just buy further from you or use your services further, but actually go ahead and recommend it whenever the need of the hour comes up, whenever people are looking for your services into their friends and families and what more. All right, and then let's get to down to the business now. So how do we maximize e-commerce sales using email marketing? Well, a few ways to maximize sales is actually very fundamental and root. Okay, so step one is, of course, you need to know who are you sending emails to, and you need to have some email IDs to be able to send emails to. So what you do is, in the step one, you work on capturing some subscribers or increasing a subscriber list. The step two is to design workflows according to a setup. And we discussed enough about workflows in the automation presentation. And we also showcased you the different types of automation that you can do and what are the best ways to do an automation. and all of that out there. And the step three is use creative ways to tempt your audience. And we're going to be talking about all three of them, okay? So the biggest issue, by the way, for while email marketing for e-commerce today is that people need to collect leads on a daily basis. But then, we have a different perspective towards it. What we say is that you simply have to put in your email sign up buttons in the flow of your e-commerce business. And so same goes the case with your agency business or your digital marketing business per se, or with your affiliate marketing business. When people are in that flow, what you need to do is you need to smartly put in some pop-ups or some email sign up forms in the flow of your visitor flowing through your website or flowing through your forms and all of that stuff. And a few of the ways to do it is, of course, you can gather emails through pop-ups, wherein you simply say, "Hey, we're gonna offer you something," and to be able to, unlock that offer, you simply have to put in your name and email address. This is one of the best used and the most converting methods. So we do not like to reinvent, uh, anything. Ideally, we should just go ahead and see how more can we optimize that up. So what else could you do is you could give them some pop-up discount coupons saying that, hey, you get 50% off today. All you have to do is simply verify your identity. So put in your name, email address, verify your email, and you get the 50% off, because we really have reserved coupons and we like to really give them to real humans only and not any bots out there. What you could also do is, again, you could also show up and give up some informational content as a bait. As I've always said, offer a bait, take the email, deliver the bait. That's a simple rule, by the way. This is one of our internal tools only. It's called Let's Lotio. It's a part that is a part of the Let Gamify group in the LetX team out there. And what we do is we simply say, okay, you have to offer a bait, but then people often do not value your bait. So they might as well not want to give you your email addresses. So we started experimenting and we thought, why not actually gamify your pop-up? So we started to, make these slot machines, and we said, hey, you know what, put in your email address, unlock a ticket to spin this slot machine. And if you win, you win one of the prizes that we have. So, and in this way, you'll be surprised that we had a massive jump in our sign up rates. And this works crazy, by the way, on e-commerce stores. Okay. And 8 out of 10 people willingly submit emails after being enticed to win something in return and when they play a game. We have a similar application like this, which is a spin wheel game, and we call it the Let's Spinio. It's again a part of the Let Gamify team. And what you can simply do is you can simply go to letgamify.com, letgamify.com, to check the product out, and you would see both the slot machines and the spin wheels are over there. Also, what you could do is one of the ways to collect emails is to actually get more traffic on your stores. And one of the ways to get traffic is the people who sign up. You deliver them the gift, and you tell them, hey, if you think any of your friend or family members is going to love what you just played in, simply forward this link to them, and why not also share the benefits with them as well. So, and you would not believe that people actually go about sharing this, because when they love the experience on a website, when they love playing a game on a website, they actually move forwards and share it with their friends and family, which actually helps you even more get more viral traffic, plus get more leads to your funnels and to your e-commerce business as well. Also, you could give them multiple newsletter sign up options. Put in a hello bar, plug it in your sidebar. So these are all the options that we're giving in, and these are all the ideas that we're giving in that you can use to put in lead capture forms and all of that stuff out there. And there are numerous tools out there, many of them being free as well. For example, go to sumo.com. It's a free tool to put in such pop-ups. Go to hellobar.com. It's again a free tool to put in such pop-ups. Let Gamify by LetX is one for the gamification pop-ups out there. So there are many out there over there. Also, look at this example, by the way, because it's important to understand the copy of your pop-up as well to collect those emails. So what you could do is you could simply say, "Hi, do you get the newsletter? It's a free roundup of tips I don't share elsewhere and the peaks behind the scenes. Not sure? Sign up and get 15 sample tips for free. So this makes it look exclusive, this makes it look premium, this makes it look limited, and people love to get anything that's limited edition, that's exclusive, and that's premium, and you're getting it for free. So people often would try and putting the emulators, and what the best that you have to do is simply put a nail in the coffin right then and there, and close that business with them. So, and before you put these practices into application, there's something you need to know. So hear me out, okay? So while you're building your list and getting more high value traffic to your store, you should also keep an eye on a customer acquisition cost. Okay, so guys, this is something I think which which is something that have to keep in your mind at an overall level for the business. While we were also curating the slides, we were not sure that if we want to put in this slide or not. But then I thought, maybe we should put in this slides because as it might help deliver some mindset correction as well. So one of the ways we do it is that we always compare our customer acquisition cost with the average money that we would make from that customer. Okay. So if any of you would have had used any CRMs or customer relationship management tools, every time you put in a lead, it would always ask you to put in the deal size over there. Now, speaking of what's the deal size, say how much do you think the money is that you're going to be making through this particular customer if you're able to close this customer. Okay, so and of course you do not know how much is that going to be, but you simply make an assumption on how much money can this customer pay, and that's when you start looking at how much are you willing to spend to get that customer now. Okay, so for example, your mark and if you look at an overall marketing scene, let's say your marketing expense is $1,000 and you have 200 customers converting out of that spend, and let's say so that makes your customer acquisition cost being $5. Now if your average order value is $6, you simply are, I think, spending too much, keeping too less a margin to operate your business. But then if your average order value is say $20, it goes out to be awesome. Okay. And you know what, in online marketing, mostly the customer acquisition cost and the amount at which you can sell something usually they go in parallel if you do things smart. So for example, if I would say I would run Facebook ads, and if I would spend say $50 to show someone one ad, or get one click, or get one lead, or get one sale, the audience value, if everything is right, is going to be premium enough to get at least 3 to 4 times the sale value. So that's kind of a thing that you always have to look at, that you do not want to be overspending in your business to acquire a customer to make less money from that customer. Okay, so that's just one of the things that we that we usually always look at, and this just an explanation to all of that. Also, in e-commerce, as we said, is step two. The most important step is designing workflows, and one of the very basic workflows is when you get the email address from someone, what you simply check is if that customer bought something from you, if the customer didn't buy something from you. If they have bought something from you, what you do is you put them into a workflow, or you start sending them an email which are around upselling, or cross-selling them. And then if they didn't purchase, what you do is you retarget them using a cart abandonment email, or let's say an offer emails, offer them a discount or a pop-up or coupon, something like that. Okay, and let's see how Amazon is welcoming subscribers. And by the way, we keep quoting Amazon because we simply love Amazon. The kind of company that they've built in is great. It's crazy. We have been working behind the scenes on something for Indian e-commerce businesses, and of course, the idea is not to compete with Amazon, and we cannot right now. And we do not plan to open a marketplace as well. But the idea is to enable people to do more on Amazon, kind of thing, and it's kind of a really interesting project which I'll talk about some other day. But let's just go around this one only. So in Amazon, whenever you sign up, it would send you a welcome email saying, say, welcome to Amazon, and you put in your name, okay? Which actually looks like really interesting. And as we said in the last time, you should put down the expectations, and you should put down what people are going to see and all of that upfront already. So is the case over here. So you can simply see Amazon has put together all the relevant links in its welcome email itself. So it's straight away saying that anywhere you need any help, you can simply click on these links and go to the relevant pages to see most of the things that you would ever want to see in your Amazon account. So that's a really smart one out there. Also, let's see how Amazon is retargeting its subscribers by sending out cart abandonment emails. It's saying, hey, we noticed that you added one or more items to Amazon shopping cart but didn't continue to checkout. So when you're ready to buy, simply go to your cart to complete your order. And it's just a way to remind the customers about the selected items in the cart, as I said previously as well. Also, look at how Amazon is giving in more offers for more sales. And it's simply saying, hey, to thank you for being a loyal customer, we are giving you a complimentary £50 gift card to use on amazon.co.uk. You're able to redeem the voucher now and can use it on any orders for full or part payment. And the voucher is valid until this. So, in this way, by giving this consumer a complimentary gift card for the subscriber to redeem, they actually what they're doing is they're actually one enticing a sale, second they are building a customer forever. And of course Amazon would have had done this calculation, and that's where, by the way, these calculations come in, like, okay, how much money I'm going to make by this customer, can I afford to give him a $50 the complimentary gift card, to ask him to, in the return of asking him to make a purchase on the website. Well, if you think you're going to be making more money, well, why not, right? I mean, keep a bit lower profit margin in your pocket than have nothing altogether. So, and as long as it's more than the money that you're spending to acquire a customer, it's all good. So move forward with that. Uh, Third, in the step three, the kind of emails that you should include in your e-commerce store, right? Uh, Number one, you should, if you're an e-commerce store owner, it makes absolute sense to send your subscribers the new stock notices. Look, people love to, as I said, buy things that are limited. Okay, anything which is a new arrival is limited at this moment because uh, not everyone has access to it. Not everyone. Okay, so people have access to it. Not everyone has it. So, according to the research, by the way, it costs 5 times more to acquire new customers than it does to keep your existing ones. So, why not send them updates about a new stock? And if they had a lovely experience buying from you previously, they would simply come up, show up to buy more from you. Then this is a classic example, guys. So say you run an agency, okay, and say you have 5 services, and now you introduce a service. What are you doing by keeping that new service by yourself if you're not informing your current buyers or clients about that service? What you do is simply, what you should do is simply look at all the email IDs that you have in your network or in your database or in wherever you're storing your email addresses of all the leads of the business that you have. Simply send them an email saying, hey, we recently have unfolded this new service as a business, and if you'd be interested, we'd like to chat and close some more business with you. Okay. What you can also do is you can send them sales notifications. So in the last session, we talked about often people who do not buy even after a couple of retargeting emails, you should add them to a stock clearance list. Okay. And this is where, such emails come into the play. Whenever you're running a sale, or let's say a stock clearance offer, or let's say your closing offer, what you do is you simply send them an email saying, and you keep it very upfront, okay? Just like this one by Manak, it's saying it's keeping the discount values very upfront and clear. It is giving them relevant images to let them know what are they gonna get, and it's giving them all the call to action button as well in the right position. So, and it's clearly telling that, hey, we have a 30% off on selected items today, and then these are the items. Look at these. If you're interested, please feel free to go ahead and make a purchase. Okay. What they also do is, and what you can also do in your e-commerce store is you can run on contest promotions. So running contest promotions for your businesses helps you really generate awareness and drive a lot of sales. And the way you do this is that you incentivize your entrants or the people who participate in your contest to share with their networks. and in turn you give them some bonus entries when they share, and when they have XYZ bonus entries, they win something. So one of this example is, it says win a cosmetic prize package that is valued at over $250, and the package includes this, and this, and you can simply enter into the competition by clicking on this button, and then and then you get that viral reach automatically. Also, by the way, as we've discussed this in the first two sessions as well, that you must segment your list, and then what you can do is you can always send very hyper relevant emails to your customers. So, for example, if one of your subscribers is a men, you would like to mostly send them emails about the men itself, and say, talk about the men's wear, talk about, the men's accessories, and simply add a small link in the footer saying, hey, if you're looking for anything around women, here's the link that you need to go through. Because, you could probably kind of assume that if it's a man, he'd be interested to look at most of the things around the men. And for example, let's say if you even have data around that this subscriber is a parent, so you should send them a curated list of your products around baby products. Okay, and this really works in great, because everyone loves the baby. So and everyone loves themselves. So if you are able to curate a list and make it look like that you just did it for them, mostly people show up, like it up, and make a purchase. So, and to do that, what you simply do is you segment your list based on gender or location, and then you start sending them the content as you go further. One of our tips here is that you must position your most important content at the top, so when people open your email, they are hooked up. You don't want someone to open your email and say, hey, it's okay, it's shit, and just go back, but you actually had value down there. So you really want to put up the value at the up top. Also, adding testimonial emails, which you should definitely plug in into your e-commerce business, or rather any business per se. They're a very powerful. They act as a very powerful tool to build trust. They help you boost conversions and actually ultimately increase the revenue. And while doing so, what you can do is you can quotes, you can use your best reviews, you can use some lines from those, you can create video testimonials, and one of the ways you can actually do is, whenever someone makes a purchase from you, simply send them an email saying, hey, we'd like to actually shoot a review for the product you got, and when you do that and submit it with us, we'll ship you a gift for free. Oh, okay. A gift is anyway free. So we'll ship you a gift essentially that you would really love. And you wouldn't believe that people actually end up doing all of that, because who doesn't like free gifts, man? I mean, everyone loves a gift, right? So also what you could do is so let's say if you have segmentation based on location, pick up a local influencer, give them a product for free, or give them your service for free. Ask them to do a video for you, and include that video when you are targeting that particular location or that particular segment out there. So one of the ways to target, let's say men, it would be to pick up a big time male model, say a bodybuilder or something like that, and use that video testimonial to target all the relevant list in your uh, subscribers list. So all of this making sense so far, guys? Uh, put in the box if it's all making sense, because I really want to know that you guys are engaged with me on this. I really don't want to be speaking to a screen. I want to make sure that I'm speaking to people, who are able to get this one up. All right. So if it's making sense, guys, if you're getting the point so far, put in the box, or put in something like make sense out there. Put an in the box if all of this is uh, making sense to you. And while you put in the box and saying in making sense, let me get myself quickly a glass of water. It's just gonna take me to make a phone call. So just hang on with me and put in the box, everyone. If you're getting it so. All right, great guys. Good to see that you all are getting in. I've mostly gotten 9 from many of the guys except 3, 4, which I think. All right, let's move forward. So one of the other emails that you would like to send them is to remind them about the wish list in their cards. So you know what, and one of the ways to do it is we picked up this email which we liked it a lot because, and we picked this one up because it pushes up a very clear message in a huge font that grabs the attention. It showcases what the subscriber wish to buy, and it gives them a very big directional button in telling them how to move forward with all of that. What you can also do is you can send them a partnership promotion email. So we highly promote that you choose partners that do not compete with your brand, make a partnership with them, offer them something, get them to offer something to your subscribers, and just cross promote. Okay, and this really works in great because you are sharing your list with them. They're sharing your list with them, and this team up often leads to great results out there. So it really uh, helps everyone in the long run. All right. So, and also, are you someone who's not good at promoting anything through ads? You see, you can have a great offer to promote, but you're not a techie to know the best technical ways to promote. Well, email marketing comes to your rescue, and we're talking about how to use emails for affiliate marketing. But before we understand affiliate, before we talk about how to use emails for affiliate marketing, uh, let's talk about what exactly affiliate marketing looks like. Okay, uh, just give me a sec. Okay, I just asked someone to get me water, and so excuse me for a while. All right. So as we spoke before on how to best use emails for e-commerce, we are now progressing towards how to best use emails for affiliate marketing. And before we understand that, it's important we understand what exactly affiliate marketing looks like. So this call it a business model where you promote the products or services of another company, and in return you earn commissions or some bounty whenever you make a sale, or whenever you get one of your customers to make a purchase for someone else. Okay, and this is really relevant for people who do not believe in the product creation, because it ideally doesn't need you to actually plan anything, create a product and then test a product, launch that product, and support that product, which is one of the biggest things, and it's a very expensive thing to manage. So you don't have to get through all of that, and all you need to do is simply market, and this really helps you do a lot of good things. And usually it involves zero costs with a huge scope of profits. So there's no need to invest anything in the creation for the product service, something like that. And also, as I said, customer service is not anymore your job, which is quite an expensive affair for any company to manage, by the way. Uh, and you are able to simply scale your business quick and fast by doing affiliate marketing itself. So, if all of that sounds exciting, let's see how affiliate marketing can be done through emails. And we're not going to be talking about how to build your list because we talked about it already enough. What we're going to be talking about is that how exactly can you do how exactly can you write an email that's meant to convert from the eyes of uh, from the eyes of that's meant to convert from the eyes of being an affiliate email. Okay. So one of the things that we usually do is we keep these 4 points always in mind, and we do a lot of affiliate marketing over emails, guys. So you got to be listening out to our blueprint. We're literally delivering that. One of the ways is we always make sure that we answer the why is the product or service required. We always look at we always put together a description of the product. We put together the benefit that one can get, and we usually infuse CTAs at relevant times to make sure people have enough space to actually go ahead and click on things. To speak on answering the why, for example, look at this email that we sent. In the first 25% of the email, we told them that it's a trending tool being used, and before they first fold itself again, we told them what is this all about. Okay, and it's simply like delivering an elevator pitch only. uh, and because you got to hook people up, and that's when you start selling. So before you do that, you have to tell them why it is the case. And there's this famous guy called Simon Sinek. He says that to be able to close anything, you must start with a why, and then you must start with what, and then you must lead on to how. And that's exactly the methodology that we also follow in our emails. So the second question becomes what, and it simply tells you the description, and then it tells you how does it work, and tells you how easy it is to access all of it, and give as much description as possible, but most likely in a pictorial manner, and but also keeping an equivalent balance of text and image. And we keep it extremely benefit driven as well. We tell them who is it for. We tell them how can someone benefit from it, and we tell them how different this is from the rest available in the market, and what is the edge if they purchase today. And then at relevant intervals, we keep infusing the call to actions, because we want to make sure that people have enough to take an action. People, when people are reading through, so what we do is when we write the email, guys, of course we start with the why, and in the first bullet itself we deliver the elevator pitch. Now, what is an elevator pitch, if someone is asking that? So say you want to offer someone, or let's say you want to pitch someone a product, and say you meet your target prospect in an elevator or in a lift, and you have 10 seconds to pitch your product. So exactly that one line that you would say to hook them up to take that meeting is what is your elevator pitch. So we build an elevator pitch for the product, and we put it in the first fold along with a why should they read further, which mostly the elevator pitch itself works as why should they read further. Okay, and then we tell them what, when they talk about the description, we talk about the features, and we talk about how easy it is to use. And one of the things that you must do is you should go all transparent. So if it's not easy to use, you should tell them it's not easy to use, but it makes all the sense to do all the hard work because it helps you do this, right? And if it's so easy, simply tell them, hey, it's so easy, right? One of the other ways is we, of course, use a lot of personalized elements such as the autoplay videos. Again, this is a tool called LetMailBox, which you might already have out there. It helps you put autoplay videos in your emails, and actually personalize those autoplay videos to print their subscriber's name in it. So it really, really gets a lot of clicks and get people to the exposure to your offer. And then what you could also do is you can simply put up an autoplay personalized element, as I said before. What we also use is again many other personalized elements. And one of the things, guys, by the way, and we marked it star, by the way, because it's really important. So what you got to do is when you send someone an affiliate link in the emails, we simply don't recommend that you send it just like that. Because when you send it just like that, one, it might look fishy. Second, most likely any email autoresponder is going to be banning you up or gray list you up. Okay, uh, and that's because email autoresponders do not like you to send affiliate emails. That's the truth. So one of the ways to not even lose out on your branding and at the same time stay safe at the hands of an autoresponder, what you simply do is you simply clock your link. And what is clocking? Link clocking is a technique used to make long affiliate links into a shorter branded links, but then it also saves you from the heat of any autoresponder. Now, of course, we have our own internal tool called let's.com, and it's readily available on letx.co as well, and the link being, which is the one ended over here. You can take a screenshot, or this is one of the features in your LetMailBox app as well, that you can use to shorten your URLs with your own brand name, but at the same time stay safe at the hands of your autoresponder. Okay, so also when the clock link is redirected, instead of showing that ugly lengthy link, it usually shows up a small link just like this one over here, and it just stops your email from being flagged or being flagged as spam totally. Also, the step two, after we have made sure that you have the best way to write the email, is of course selecting the right email marketing software, and we talked about this at length in the last presentation. We our recommendation is active campaign because we use active campaign in a very effective manner, and it's a great tool. All you have to do is simply sync your contact list to your autoresponder and just hit send. That's it. And that really makes it easy, right? I mean, so you got to be remembering that you select the right offer, and you draft your email the right way possible, and simply go ahead. And speaking on how do you collect subscribers, I think we discussed enough on how do you do that. So that's exactly is the around leveraging the power of emails in affiliate marketing, and it's amazing to see how we with you have at least some idea on the sister degrees to e-commerce and affiliate emails, and as an e-commerce marketer, you can now think of how to maximize sales via emails, how to grow your subscribers the best way, and how to draft emails to tempt the audience. And as an affiliate marketer, you can look at how to add personal touch to your emails, how to write offer-driven mails, and how to market the best way possible. But you see, email marketing is actually a continuous process of optimization, which needs to inculcate all kinds of tweaks every now and then. So here we have a session 6 where we're going to be literally releasing all our hacks, all our best tweaks that we do to make sure that we are able to make profits using our email marketing. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in the session 6, which is scheduled for 22nd of November at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And in this session, we're going to be talking about the trend practical email marketing tips to boost sales, top ways to get emails delivered in the primary tab, which is a really, really, really hot topic, and the best practices to improve the key metrics of email marketing. And guys, as I said, whether you are an agency, e-commerce marketer, or an affiliate, well, or you need to book a personal strategy session or something like that, feel free to let us know over support@letx.co, and we'd really like you to contribute to and we'd really like us to contribute to your progress and you to contribute to us in delivering even better content. And all of that is going to happen when we get into some communication. So feel free to send in your words, your feedback about the presentation, and we'd really, really like uh, you to to connect with you. And as I say this, I'd like to end this webinar, and I'd wait for your questions for 2 minutes, and then just move forward. And as I always say, I love this future that we are able to create together, and this is only possible when we all get together and create a future together. And this is Vipul Garg, the co-founder and the CEO at LetX, signing off from the webinar, and over to your questions now. So someone is asking, do you suggest stacking additional bonus to an abandoned card email or leave original offer? So the way usually we do it, Joe, is that we would always run a workflow sequence. So if someone abandons the card, we would first send them an email reminding them that they abandoned the card, because the many times when people usually abandon the card not out of will, but they just happen to do that because someone calls them up or something like that happens. People mostly have a lot of tabs open at all points of time, guys. So at first, we usually just like to remind them up. In the second email, we send them another reminder, and this time we offer them an incentive. So you could simply offer a very small bonus and say, and this should be a time limited bonus, guys, because you don't want to be giving an, just like that. I mean, you don't want to make your things available just because you want to make a sale, right? You got to hold up your value. So what we do is we usually give them, offer them a bonus, but we tell them it's time limited, and we also put up a timer below that. And one of the ways we do that is again using Let Mailbox. So yes, that's how we do about it. Okay, I have someone literally sending me typing the question. Please don't go. Okay, I'm here. Someone is saying thank you all. Someone is saying lovely presentation. Well, great. Thank you so much, Kim. Oh, thank you, man. I always love you for showing up. Uh, it's actually people like you. We are able to uh, deliver such good content. So guys, how's the feedback like? How do you like this session today? Put a one in the box if you like this session while we wait for one of our friends to type in his question. Put a one in the box, guys, if you like the session today. If you think you're gonna be able to do something with it in your businesses, and who all are implementing this today, by the way. It really has to be something that you guys implement. Otherwise, it would not make any sense. So put a one in the box if you think this is gonna be helpful to your business. If you're gonna be taking some action and implement this one up in your businesses, put a one in the box. Okay, I do not have uh, Danny anymore on the webinar. I think he dropped off while he was typing question. Never mind. We'll connect with him personally. We have his email address. So, all right, guys. Again, thank you so much for being here. We we really thank you, for lending us your time, and we are hopeful that we're able to bring some change to your businesses with this information out there. As we always said, we are always reachable on support@letx.co, and yes, let's create this future. Thank you so much, everyone.